Before you thaw that Walmart shrimp, freeze, literally. The FDA flagged traces of cesium-137 tied to specific great value frozen shrimp, and the recall was so quiet most shoppers missed it.
Now to a recall of frozen shrimp sold at Walmart. People are being told to throw it away after shrimp in a shipment was found to be contaminated with radioactive material. Sam, you got the details.
So the agency is taking the step to recall more of the shrimp brand and warn the public. Now, the radioactive substance that we're talking about is called cesium-137, which is mostly found in places that have had nuclear testing or nuclear accidents. And George, radioactive material in food doesn't sound good. So we want to say right off the top that so far the FDA says it appears none of the potentially dangerous shrimp actually made it to Walmart stores. However, it was found in a shipment of uncooked frozen shrimp.
Low levels today can stack up over years. That's the invisible risk. In the next minutes, I'll show you the exact lot codes and the best by date to look for in your freezer, what to do if you have them, and why a supplier in Indonesia triggered alerts across multiple brands. Yes, beyond Walmart. You'll know what to toss, what to return, and how to shop smarter next trip. Quick favor before we move on. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 92% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So did you subscribe already? Great. Thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video.
But if you were to eat it repeatedly, repeated exposure to even low doses of cesium-137 could raise cancer risk. Now, Walmart sells the brand of frozen shrimp in 13 states under the brand name, and you can see them in red. It has a half-life of about 30 years, which means we got a long time to think about it. And the FDA says it has found in a single shipment from a company in Indonesia, the level of radioactivity would not pose in the shrimp itself a health threat. Take a screenshot, or you can go to our website, abc.com, and we have these lot numbers for you. These are the numbers to look for. Best by date. Look out for the FDA. It says if you have a package of frozen shrimp with these numbers, throw it out immediately.
You probably didn't get a text, a shelf sign, or a heads up at checkout. Yet certain bags of frozen shrimp tested positive for cesium-137 and were quietly pulled. The question is simple. Is any of it sitting in your freezer right now? Let's start with the fast check. Open the freezer. Grab any great value frozen raw shrimp and look for three things on the bag: the brand name, the lot code, and the best by date. No guesswork, just those three. Here's the rub. Regulators said the detected levels were low and not immediately dangerous. That sounds fine until you think in years, not minutes.
If you're wondering why shrimp is being recalled again and whether it's actually dangerous, here's what you need to know right now. Yes, there's another shrimp recall tied to concerns about cesium-137, a radioactive material.
If you think you may have eaten shrimp or been exposed, talk to your doctor immediately. The FDA says it is investigating the company and testing the products for any other potential problems. In the meantime, all products from that company are banned from entering this country.
This isn't just one store. It's impacting multiple brands and multiple grocery chains, including Walmart, Kroger, and others. But here's the key point up front. No illnesses have been reported.
One meal is a drop. Routine meals become a drip. A quick plain English science break. Your body treats cesium-137 a bit like potassium. It rides the same routes, lands in similar places, and lingers long enough to matter. Think of it like spare change you toss in a jar. A few coins look harmless. A steady trickle becomes a stack. Now the identifiers. You're looking for great value frozen raw shrimp with lot codes 800-5540-1, 85538-1, or 85,539-1. Best by date, March 15th, 2027. These bags were reported across several states, from the Gulf up into the Northeast, so this isn't a one-store oddity.
Cesium-137 is a man-made radioactive isotope. Small traces can exist in the environment, but long-term exposure, like repeatedly eating contaminated food, can raise cancer risk according to the FDA.
And here's the real kicker. Officials say none of that shrimp made it onto Walmart shelves, yet a recall still went live. That means this was a near miss that still demands you check your bags at home. The trail leads overseas. Shipments were tied to a supplier placed on import alert after tests flagged the issue. Industrial surroundings and processing conditions are suspected routes for contamination. When a facility sits near scrap or heavy industry, the risk doesn't always stay outside the gate. If you've got one of those bags, don't cook it to be safe, and don't taste test it. return it for a refund, or toss it. If you already ate it, the immediate risk is low, but call your healthcare provider if you're worried. You now have the lot codes, the date, the states in play, and the steps to take today. Now let's move on to how a quiet recall like this slips past most shoppers and shows up under different brand names. If this was serious enough for a recall, why didn't anyone at the register say a word? The truth is, recall alerts hide in low-traffic places. You get a regulatory notice, a post on a corporate site, maybe a tiny shelf tag that blends in with the price stickers. Meanwhile, you shop on autopilot, grab the same bag, and move on. Let's start with how that keeps you in the dark. Most stores don't push a loud, in-your-face warning unless they have to. Notices sit online. Call centers read scripts. Aisle signs, if they exist, look like routine promos. You only see them if you're hunting for them, and most people aren't. But here's the kicker. The bag in your hand is just branding. The factory on the dock is what matters. Private labels share overseas lines with other store brands. So a single plant ships the same shrimp in different outfits. New logo, same source. That's why this didn't stop at one label. Batches linked to the issue also touched names you've seen in other aisles. Best yet, Arctic Shores, First Street, Great American, Aquastar, Kroger. One supplier hiccups, and the ripple runs across half the freezer case. Here's the mechanism. One overseas producer packs containers that feed several U.S. brands. Importers divvy that load to different retailers. If a problem hits one lot at the facility, it spreads sideways into a multi-label headache. Different bags, same pipeline. Think of it like 5 restaurants using the same commissary kitchen. If the kitchen has a bad day, every menu gets the same bad day. That's the grocery reality. You're not buying a factory, you're buying a logo. Regulators act early by design. Precautionary recalls pull product before illnesses show up. That protects you, but it also means less noise, fewer headlines, and a recall most shoppers never notice. So build a habit. Scan lot codes and best by dates. Keep receipts or snap a quick photo of the package. Check official recall pages once a month. 5 minutes, fewer headaches. Now you see how a Walmart shrimp problem shows up in other stores. So what is the takeaway for your next shop? Treat private labels like a network, not a promise. Verify before you buy. Low on a lab report doesn't always mean low in your life. The truth is, small hits add up when the same supplier feeds many labels. Like tossing pennies in a jar, routine bites can stack into a tab you do not want. So treat shrimp like a network, not a logo. Build habits that stick. Scan dates, note lot codes, and stay curious about who packed the bag. If this gave you something to chew on, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who has shrimp in their freezer. Check your lot codes tonight. Next time, we'll spot shared suppliers and when a bargain isn't a bargain.